Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's Matt with Green Bar Trading. As you can probably have seen by the thumbnail, today was not a great day. Now, coming into today, I had 10 straight beautiful green days. Now, you know eventually you're going to hit a red day. My red days tend to be bigger than my green days. Now, as long as your red days are not too often, right? So you might, chip away, have some nice green days here and there. But as long as your red day is not too big, then that's how you stay consistently profitable. I have a red day like every so often, not a lot, but they do happen. Even when you're consistent, you're still going to make mistakes. And that's why this video is going to be so great. Let's learn by the money that I just spent. And that's the way that I take any loss. Look at it like if you lost money. Today we lost just about $100. So this is my max loss. Look at it like you paid a lesson to the market. I know a lot of traders say that, but it is true. You have to take away something. You can't just give them the market your hard-earned gains without learning some lessons. So on this video, I'm going to go through the specific trade that was the majority of my loss today. And that's what I'm going to share with you. Before I do, if you guys would be so kind, it would make me feel so much better if you can hit the thumbs up for this disgusting red day. So anyway, this is the trade that caught me. Now, BLIN, it was one of those leading gappers. But you can obviously look at the chart here. Holy chop city. Look at these wicks. I mean, it was rough. But we're going to dial in and zoom in. Now, I am trading with bigger share size, right? I had said from the beginning, once we start to see momentum, and I like what I see, I'm going to increase the share size. So with increased share size comes bigger losses, but they come with bigger winners too. Like on, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, I hit a $110 winner in like 30 seconds. It was a really quick trade. Now these are going to go both ways. The key is to get those entries dialed in. And that is what I did not do right here. So we're going to zoom in on the problem area. Now, if you've watched me long enough, you know that I love the 9 EMA. The 9 EMA just tells such a great story about the momentum. This is an exponential moving average. It tells a very good story about how much momentum is currently in the trade at that moment. And as long as you're over the 9 on a momentum stock, you can see moves continue to go and then come back to the 9 and keep going. So let me just move this for a second because this is really important. I want to really dive into this and maybe we can learn something here together. So BLIN started to run up, right? So it had, let me see here. All right, so looking at the 7 o'clock, 5, I mean, it was gapping up pretty decently. And then right into the open, it ripped up, came back down, and this is where it goes below VWAP. It was not able to reclaim right here. These things are important. The chart will tell you a story, right? It got rejected pretty hard here. So when you are trading below VWAP on a momentum stock, especially after the first move, you really have to be careful if you're not over VWAP. So we weren't over VWAP. We got rejected right here, okay? So now getting here to my trade, because as we saw, this thing moved up $1 from the low here at about 10 o'clock in the morning. It was showing some nice momentum, right? Breaks VWAP, stays above there for a little while, but it's very choppy. It is very choppy. At the same time, I am watching the 5-minute chart. And I'll pull that up too, because that is really, really important to look at as well. You want your 5-minute chart to line up with you, especially this late in the day, and especially on something so choppy. So I'm going to show you the 5-minute in a second, but just keep in mind, we got involved at 10:44. If anybody can understand why I did that, you're really learning a lot. Getting in at 10:44 after something just broke through VWAP and was showing some strength, I was anticipating what? The first candle to make a new high on the 5-minute chart. So that's where we're going to go back here. Let's go to trade. We're going to look at the 5-minute chart that right here, which I always have on the bottom. All right, 10:44 is right here. I'm going to zoom in. Just bear with me a second as I make this a little bit bigger. So 10:44 is going into this candle right here. I'm trying to anticipate the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. These are very, very good entries. So if you do learn something from this video, please don't just look at the 1-minute chart, especially later in the day like this. This tells a story right here. You had price hold up. So after it broke through VWAP, there's one thing this stock did that was very strong. It didn't totally sell off. This late in the morning, which it's only an hour, normally when something breaks through VWAP for the second time, the chances of it reclaiming again is very tough. So it did hold up, which was very strong. It had a candle right here. This is a doji candle. That is a candle of indecision. That means that price is holding up, but it does not know where it wants to go yet. So then going back over on the 1-minute, so you can see here, this is going to be the 10:45 candle, which obviously gets the move that I was looking for. And this, if it didn't stop me out, would have been a tremendous trade. And we would have been making a totally different video. This is also why it's really important to make sure that you get a good entry. It's just so important because seconds matter. Now, while I tried to jump the gun, it did wick out a little bit more than it should have. So it pulled back here and I got stopped out. It pulled back all the way to 604 from about 617. That's a pretty big pullback, and it pulled back past this candle here. So I don't know if I would call that a false breakout because it's not, but it just shows that that is a choppy candle. That's a choppy start to this move. But that doesn't matter because the 10:45 candle coincided with the 10:45 candle on the 5-minute, and there you go. You get your move right here. This would have been, I would have at least gotten my 10 cents, maybe 15 cents, which is what I look for when I take these trades. So I stopped out 6 cents lower. I look to get at least double that you know, a 2-to-1, but when I do scalp, since my entries are usually spot on, and it really, if it wasn't for this really big pullback here, this is, you know, woulda, shoulda, coulda. I can't really be upset at my thinking, my idea. Sometimes it just doesn't go the way that you want it to go, right? Not everything is going to work perfectly. So I got stopped out. There goes the move. And then what do I do here? I go long chasing the move because I'm so frustrated that I missed it here. I thought we were going to just go and just crush through the previous high of day right here. It didn't happen. It pulled back to my favorite indicator, the 9 EMA, the correct entrance on this. After a fresh breakout, you wait for the pullback. It's right here. This is the right entrance right here. So we're learning a lot from my mistakes here. Right here, I may have gotten in a little early, or it's just the way that, you know, the trade went against me. But right here, missing the move, that's my first mistake. And I tell you guys all the time, try not to chase the move, wait for a pullback a little bit. And that's where we go, right to the 9 EMA. When something bounces off the 9, you know there's a lot of strength in that stock. So this was a bad entrance with 500 shares. Entering here would have been, once again, another huge win, would have been a totally different video. You're seeing how just seconds matter. Right here, this trade right here started this bad entrance here. So that's how much day trading and how much studying. Guys, watch the 1 minute, watch the 5 minute, and just watch that price action. And just don't, if you do miss something, don't chase the move. Wait for a retracement, you know, preferably to the 9 EMA, especially when you're over VWAP. You know, everything was going well with this momentum stock at the time. You know, the volume was coming in. Everything was looking good. So, yep, that's the loss. And then I took a small loss on this stock right here. Let's see. This is what so this is a new IPO that I tried to scalp. I actually made money here before the market opened. You know, just taking very small share size because it was pre-market. I never go big with pre-market. But this is one that was getting a lot of volume. And as you can see, I had the right direction the whole way. I had my trend line here that was holding up. I got involved right here. And it went down against me. These things happen. It doesn't just, you know, not all the time is going to be perfect, which, you know, if I would have still had it, forget it. Once again, we're making a whole different video today. So that's it. That's just my annoying day. And right here was a break-even trade with 500 shares. It just wasn't going. It wasn't moving at all. I was just watching so many stacks on the ask. So I was just, you know, thinking since it broke this trend line, maybe it would sell off, which it went the other way. Extremely frustrating day. So I hope that you guys have learned something, especially from that first momentum trade. The 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 9 EMA, wait for retracements. Entrances are so important. So that's it for me. That was my frustrating morning. It happens, but hit the thumbs up for me. It helps me out and it helps the channel out. So I'll see you guys all in the next video. Take care, everyone.